and get to say hi to everyone. I have no announcements. I have no boo-hoo speaking engagements. All I want to do is welcome you all, and I would like to turn the call over to the man that we all love and cherish, the guy that he just knocks you off your feet with his kindness, his heart, and his heart is in it for each and every one of us. And I just appreciate him so much. And I know all of you do. So Thomas, without further ado, it's all yours, my friend.
Thank you so much, Shelly. Appreciate you always welcoming on here. And I know, Shelly, for a fact that you're playing catch up with us on some of the stuff that we talk about. So I just want anybody that feels that same way to just be okay with that, because we're moving into something that, you know, what I love that they, you know, although we had this thing on the Nexus platform, which is for brand new people into crypto, we had this thing on there earlier today that for 35 minutes they talked and talked and talked. And then I was getting annoyed. I was like, get to the point. And then I went, gosh, they just told me a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't know. And so sometimes we have to get, past it and go, okay, I grabbed a hold of that. I grabbed a hold of that. And I grabbed a hold of that. And so we're in the cryptocurrency space. We're in the space of helping everybody to make a little bit of money, make more money. We're in the space of diversifying, whether it's silver and gold or whatever, both of those are going up, by the way, both of those are up. But let's talk about something real quick and ask God to just guide our words. But encourage your friends to get on here, encourage them to get involved in the community and the platform. I know that we're not directing things at one thing, so it's kind of hard to grow or encourage people. It's just different, but that's okay. If I was to concentrate on one thing right now, I think I'd be cheating myself. I think I'd be cheating you. I think I'd be cheating everybody around us. But we do get some things that we got to do tomorrow. But now, if we're talking about the whole space of cryptocurrency, what did we talk about over the last month that just hodl until February 6th, until the Chinese New Year's over, right? Okay, so Chinese New Year's over. What happened today? Bitcoin went up 30%, baby. 30%. I mean, how in the world can you get unhappy about up 30%? Everything else up. I think Shiba Inu's up 18%. I think Dodge is up like 8%. On some of those coins, gosh, that's just an incredible amount. For many of us with that are in Tag Protocol or the Nexus program, and I'm going to go over just what those two things are here in just a second. But the Nexus program, we're in BNB, and so BNB is Binance coin, and BNB is up, and so to see our accounts go overnight from here to here, that's what it's all about. Because some of us couldn't even turn the frown upside down for the last month, and I kept saying, remember I was saying on some of them, not that I'm trying to say, look, Tom, you were all right. No, that's not it. But I was saying, count the coins, not the dollar amount this month, So for the month from December to February in the digital currency space, you want to, at least has been my experience, that's a hodl month for sure. Almost every year that I've been involved. So tomorrow at 2:00, I think that's 2:00 Pacific time. Is that right, Mark or Andrea?
Yes.
Okay. So for those that put a down payment on Martians, tomorrow at 2:00, for the next 2 days after that, you know what? I'm going to say for the next day after that. I always hate when people miss out on something because, well, I thought we had till Thursday. Oh, okay. We have till Thursday, but when you call me at Thursday at 6 and me and Laura had decided to go out to dinner, there's not much I can do, guys, because I'm not the deadline hero for everybody on every single project, although I will be, I will. I'm just trying to prerequisite it, because what happens if you did do that, what you put $20 down on, or whatever we did, 25, can't remember what we did. But whatever you put a down payment on for Martians, guys, the way that they talked about the value of our Martians and the things that are going to go on with it, especially being on the Super Bowl and with the movie, it's an opportunity. It's a very, 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 very lucrative opportunity to own your own NFTs, and kind of fun to be Martians, that you're going to own your own NFT Martians that you can actually sell, or people will try to buy from you right away, So, but if you put a down payment on those Martians, if you don't know what we're talking about on Martians yet, get with somebody and ask them. That's okay. That's not what we're talking about. But if you just imagine in the metaverse space, one of the first projects that's going into the metaverse space that is launching a movie, we get to buy the characters in that movie and monetize them. So we get to monetize the characters in a movie. So imagine monetizing John Wayne. Well, here we might have John Wayne the Martian, and so that's exactly what we get the opportunity to do. Well, maybe this is your first project in the NFT space, and you're not even going to buy any Martians necessarily, but you're learning so much ahead of the rest of the world on what's about to go on. I can't even tell you. It is like a vast, just to watch the project go on, because the Martian project is going to be blasted all around the Super Bowl. There's a movie coming out that one of us might even be in that movie. Okay. And, but tomorrow at 2:00, we get to start buying them. After 48 hours, if you put a down payment on those and you haven't got on and claimed your Martians, they're putting them on the open market. So they will take it. They will take your deposit and refund it. And I don't even know if they said they'd refund the deposit. I would say they shouldn't refund the deposit, because you're supposed to buy what you got. But by then you have to have your Matic coin, and you have to be prepared to do that. But all over the WhatsApp page, we have instructions for that, or get with somebody on that. But also on the Nexus system, imagine right now you being on here. So let's say, Shelly, do you mind if I use you as an example? Shelly, is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. So Shelly, you heard us talking about Martians and stuff, but you really don't know what's going on with Nexus too much, do you?
Not at all.
Okay, exactly. And we all know that, because we've been loving you through life this last month. So if Shelly wanted to, she could, as simple as this, get on the help center of Nexus. And I'm not telling you to do this, Shelly. I'm just saying this is how great this is. And that would connect her to a Zoom that would be a live person to show her how to be involved in True Badger, how to be involved in the system, how to be involved in the Martian, how to be involved in it all. And maybe Andrea can put those sites up on here, but also if you're on the WhatsApp pages, all of the emails that we're sending out weekly also have them. If you're not on those pages and you're hearing my words and you're going, yeah, I don't think I'm on the True Badger info page. Well, even if you're not sure what it is, go ahead and ask to be on there. and and get yourself put on there so that you start to learn. But it was just an easy example to use Shelly, because we know that she has been attending to family for the last month or more, and so as we shared with her some of the changes, she's catching up with us and having some fun. But this Martian thing and this, it's the first NFT project of the whole Nexus system. So there's so many neat things to come. Imagine buying a piece of real estate that people rent from you on the virtual world, and every day you're getting paid rent from somebody just because they're using your virtual space. These are the type of things that we're going to be up against. Well, our Martians might be will be monetized and will be have rarities to them that will make money there. So on Thursday, if you haven't put a down payment on a Martian and you want to buy a Martian, they're approximately a couple $100. You will be you'll be able to buy if you're fast about it, if you're plugged in, so make sure and ask somebody and get plugged in, and go, you can go and watch a video that from tonight and know exactly what that means. But you can buy a Martian then if you want to. Well, that's only one project of the True Badger and all of the other great new innovative sites that they're launching off of that launch pad. So imagine opening up a drop store in the middle of town. Okay, so I go to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and just picking on Shelly just because I can tonight. But I go to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and I buy a retail space just because with COVID and stuff, it's kind of cheap. So I buy a retail space. I have no idea what I'm going to do in there, but I know that I'm going to do some great things there. And all of a sudden, I launch my first product out of there. Maybe it's my air purifiers, right? So I'm selling my air purifiers. I'm starting to bring some income into that space. So I'm trying to tell you what Nexus and Tag Protocol are, is their platforms. Daisy is a platform, okay? So it's platforms. So I have my air purifiers. I'm selling my air purifiers. And all of a sudden somebody says, do you have filters for these? And I say, no, but they're inventing one. And then they invent one and I put filters in there. And then they say, I bet you that if my air is pure, that if you sold water purifiers here, they would go real good. And I launch a water purifier in there. And all of a sudden, I'm the purifier man of Cheyenne, Wyoming, right? Okay. No different with Nexus. You're going to be a Martian expertise after this week. And then they have one of the safest platforms with SafeUFi. They have True Badger and all of the things that they have now, token wise, to where they watch for pump and dumps so that we don't get adversely affected there. All of the things that when we joined, our first project was OneCoin. And that was my first project in and most people would call it a scam. We have no idea what it's going to end up being, but so far it's not paying off too well for us United States people. Okay. So but it might, because the world is changing. So who knows what that system is putting together and what might happen for us. Well, if we would have known what we know now back then, we would have said, oh man, we would have had such an easier time with Nexus, because Nexus has an onboarding thing that people live answer your questions. They have all these protective things for your coins and tokens. You can actually put your coins in a place where nobody can touch them unless they have access to many things. So anyways, their retail space, like the Wyoming retail space that I spoke about, has more projects coming in all the time that relate around the projects. So non-fungible tokens is going to be $1 trillion industry. And we get to participate now. Okay. Are we courageous? Are we gutsy? Are we counting on a payoff? Darn it, guys. It's what I've done for a while. The beautiful thing I love about Nexus is if you get involved, the only person that can hurt you is your involvement. See, I always kind of felt bad that even on OneCoin or the other projects, that I never lost any money because I shared them and I got paid to share them. Okay. And so almost all of us that shared it didn't never lose any money. Just we were counting on a hell of a lot more, right? We were counting on, so here I can't even have that held over my head because we don't make any money off of any individual by sharing the Nexus program. So that's that. Well, so we get to buy Martians, our first NFTs, our first meta world, imaginary, not even really imaginary because it's real, it's worth money. But I guess, you can imagine whatever you can do. So we're going to be able to take these Martians, use them all over the social medias and stuff and make them even more valuable. And there's just a lot of things there that guys, I can't even talk on it so well. That's how new it is to me. So if it's that new to me, allow it to be new to you. Some of you might be going, I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. So what? Make that a part of your happy place to go, all I know is Tom's playing with Martians and making money. There's a game on here that is monetized and it's a Martian game and you bounce a Martian up and down on the screen and it eventually pays you money. I don't know, guys. I like money. I like it. I like it. I like it that this project helps me to understand what's really going on. Do I plan on knocking it out of the park with this first project with Martians? Yeah, because we're early developers. But if I don't, I know exactly what to look for as all the other projects come out. Because Facebook, IBM, they're all putting out NFTs. You go and watch the fights on a Saturday night and they're doing things with their gloves and doing things with their shirts and stuff. And they're turning them into NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and making that product worth so much more money. And do I understand exactly how that works? No. But it's pretty cool because I'm starting to learn it and I'm starting to figure it out. And today I learned a heck of a lot just I like I told you guys, I was all frustrated for that. I even said to Laura, I said, these guys have been on here for 35 minutes and they ain't said a word about how we're supposed to buy our Martians. And then I sat there and went, okay, I just got done telling an employee that she has to choose whether she wants to be happy or not. And I'm sitting there griping and moaning about because I was impatient. I wanted to learn how to buy the Martians. Well, and then I started thinking about all the info that they gave us during those 35 minutes. And it was an amazing amount of info. Just like for some of you, you might think back on this. If the only thing that you could think about tonight is that we're on the verge of a very, very large run in cryptocurrency, if you ask my opinion. Why? Because we're about to have a war in the world. Okay, so that's one reason people want to have their own value to their own money, right? So you want to be decentralized. You want to have as much control of your own future as you possibly can. Okay, that's one reason. It's another reason why I say always diversify into some silver and gold. Number two is NFTs is blasting off this whole new category of the meta world. You know, I mean, Facebook changed its name for this space. You know, one of the biggest companies in the world changed its name for what we are participating in, right? We are a part of Tag Protocol, many of us. Tag Protocol, Nalani Rude brought to us through Jimmy and those folks, and we monetize hashtags. Guys, I'm making hundreds of dollars a week just because I bought a hashtag. And those are $600 a piece right now. They're about to go up to $650. So, you know, if you want to participate in that, that's an NFT. That's what that is. So someday maybe the makers of The Godfather might want to buy my hashtag because I own Godfather. Okay. They might want to buy someday. Mrs. Claus might want to buy Santa Claus from Andrea and Mark because they own Santa Claus. You know, so these are things that are going to have value later, and it doesn't take a lot to understand it, but it does take a little bit of effort to go, okay, I picked that up. Now I picked that up. Okay, so a hashtag. So if I go on Twitter and I put a hashtag in, these guys are getting paid for those if they own them. Yeah, we are every day. And tag coins are 20 cents a piece. And 20 cents a piece, you know, sometimes we can make a percentage of hundreds of them. And so like I just added $100 worth in 2 days out of all of my hashtags to my mining pool, to where I'm making even more money. So I don't know who I'm making sense to and I ain't making sense to, but as we all learn together, my goal for these initial calls every Monday is to say, the number one goal is to say, just put your feet in. I'm not even talking about put your feet in with money. You don't have to put a penny in. Just act as if you're in the Nexus system already. If you need to get on, they do something. I mean, they do crazy crap on that whole system. They do dance parties. I saw Mark and Andrea dancing on one the other day, and I started laughing. I think that's why Andrea doesn't feel good today. She danced too much on the dance party. That's what happened. But whatever the case may be, is each one of those things, you know, if I would have had knowledge of those in the fun way that they're presenting them, I knew nothing about burning coins, and OneCoin burned coins, Bitcoin's burnt, you know, all of them have burnt coins, and I don't know much about all of that. I know a little bit. It adds value. I know that. And they have burn parties for True Badger and different things. And they just do all these different things that I get to learn by, and then I'm not left out in the space. So I've always said it this way. And gosh, Shelly can remember these days when I always carried this little red flip phone for Team National. And other than that, I had a BlackBerry during Team National. I had one of those little BlackBerries with the button pads, right? And but my flip phone, man, that was money to me. So kind of like NFTs are now, hashtags are money to me. My Martians that I buy tomorrow, I'm buying 4 Martians tomorrow, and that's money to me. Okay, my flip phone was money to me, and I'll never forget. You know, everybody saying all this stuff about smartphones. And here's this stubborn wannabe cowboy I don't need one of those things. I don't need to learn nothing about those. I'll never use a smartphone. And now, man, me and Laura were watching a TV show a little bit ago, and we're both on the phone watching TikTok at the same time. I was like, I said, we're addicts. It's horrible. It's just horrible. And, but prior to all of that, I said, I won't need all that stuff. I don't need to do all that stuff. I don't trust it. Yeah, you're going to get your bank account stolen from you, blah, 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 blah. 2 years after, when I was forced to, because do you remember there was a phase that you couldn't even buy a flip phone in the store? If they had them, they were hidden behind, you know, you had to buy a smartphone. It was your only choice, you know, and so I had to buy a smartphone. And I was so far behind everybody. So far behind, it was embarrassing. There's still things, Andrea and Mark say I'm still far behind today. Today, they told me that there's a way to back out of something. And I said, what are you talking about? I just turned my phone on and off because I don't know how to get back to it. That's the truth. That was the conversation we had today. Actually, today.
100% true.
Today they're saying, well, just swipe up, they said. And I said, well, I already turned it on and off. What is my point? If I would have paid attention a little bit and opened my heart and my mind up to smartphones, I wouldn't be even behind today. I wouldn't be as behind as I was then. And I played a lot of time catch up. You know, I remember that my Laura's mom was sending us you know, characters, memes or whatever from Fiji and stuff. And I was like, your mom's sending us that? She's 80. And I didn't even know how to get one, you know. Well, tomorrow I get to buy Martians. So go figure that one. And it's going to pay me money. Go figure. So what is my point? Whether you get it all the way, keep getting it. Because then you won't be behind when the only choice is to buy something through the meta world. Do you know sometimes that there's going to be certain products that if you don't have an NFT, you won't be able to buy those products? It's coming, guys. It's coming. There's products coming. People are going to say, what do you mean you want to pay me with? What the hell's that paper thing? It's coming. My grandchildren, Lorelai's going to barely know what a dollar bill is. My 3-year-old grandbaby, she's going to barely know what a dollar bill is. Trust me. That's going to be like, you know how we laugh at people when they do that TikTok of the kids trying to dial out on a dial phone and they don't even know how to use it. Well, our kids are going to go, what, do I take notes on this? What do I do with this? Because that's the way it's going to be. So whatever pace you got to be, you don't have to plug in with money to learn. But guess what? If you plug in, when you have an extra $20, you can start making that $20 into 40, and that 40 into 400, and that 400 into 4,000, and that 4,000 into 40,000. How do I know that? Because my portfolio went up 30% today alone. 30% in one day. At least my Bitcoin portfolio did. And almost everything else went up. Well, I'd say a minimum of most tokens went up 8% today. I don't know. That's kind of exciting. But what's even more exciting is that next week, I might put a Martian on my shoulder. just to show you guys that I got a Martian, an NFT Martian that's making me money. You'll see them. Trust me. I'm going to figure it out. I don't know. I have no idea how to post them. I have no idea how to do it. I actually, Andrea and Mark, this morning, I said we were looking at the practice site, and I got pissed. I said, brain overload. I'm done. We'll come back to this one, So allow that. Do you get my point? I get frustrated every day with technology because that's not me. But if I can learn a little bit more about it, see, look at that Mark. That's one of Mark's Martians, or one of the practice Martians. But that, how fun is that? That simply by having that and having that in the meta space, that we're going to make money off of it. Why? Because they're going to be in movies, they're going to be in things, and they're monetizing everything in there. So instead of taking products in the future and putting them on TV, like, for instance, like musicians can make NFTs out of their songs and make way more money than, and not depend on not depend on a promoter to take half of their money, like, I think of Lionel, Lionel's drum solos can be an NFT. Might make him a little bit more money than that gig in Colorado Springs next weekend. Right. Just, but we won't know how to do that if we don't learn that. And so just picking on Lionel and them a little bit, just because he's a musician. I was talking about that. The other good thing that we're doing, some of us, is we're involved in the bump card. And the bump card is all over the musician space as well, because they can communicate with their entire audience all the time through the bump card. So there's all sorts of things going on with technology that we're going to always talk about on here. And guess what? I get to put my Martians on my bump card. So the things that I have over here are going to combine over here. I'm going to take the real world, put it in the meta world, and we're going to smash them all together, and we're going to see what develops out of it. But because we're early adopters of it, it's almost impossible not to be profitable with it. Almost impossible not to be profitable with it. I don't know. Funny looking. Mark, by the way, that did have some resemblance to you. You're Martian. But
thank you.
I just couldn't help that one right there. So so does that mean I got to get a chubby one or something?
They got one for you.
Yeah, I bet you do. And actually, I did play with one earlier, and it kind of resembled me, didn't it? So there you go. It's kind of like when you pick a dog, you never realize it till later that the dog kind of resembles you. So I don't look like a poodle though. But anyway, guys, that's all I really got for you today. But plug in to the things that Andrea posted. Tag protocol. I know some people are going $600. So what? You don't have to participate for $600. Maybe you don't own a hashtag, but you own the tag coin of $50 worth that everybody's making money off of. That in order to be a part of that platform, you have to have tag coin, or you have to have stag coin. So there's other ways to participate at lower denominations, but also you can make it up to that. So I know some people that bought one hashtag and then they turned it into 2 hashtags because they made that much money off of it. And then, or they made enough on hashtags and shared a hashtag, because every hashtag that you share right now is 30%. So you want $200 in your pocket? Join Tag Protocol, share a hashtag, and you put $200 in your pocket. Immediately, boom, $200. Okay. Now, Tag Protocol, we make money off of sharing hashtags, but that's only going to last a few more months, because when when they sell out of hashtags, which is coming. They only allotted a certain amount, so anyways, maybe you're one that bought one and you have $600 in it and you're going, I'd really like to know that I'm in profit. Well, share 3 hashtags with 3 people and you have your 600 back, don't you? If I sold one hashtag, I would have 200 to buy a Martian. Oh my goodness gracious. It all will work together and we can all help each other figure it out, but you got to plug in to do it. It's all innovative. It's all new. It's all old, but new. I am very happy. I didn't even realize today was the 7th because life's been so busy. And I looked up and I looked because I haven't been looking at my portfolio on cryptocurrency because I knew it was so down. I mean, we were down in the month of January. But I've been talking about for a month now, come February 6th, it's going to change. Today is February 7th and it's changing. It's on a rapid rise. So it's something to pay attention to. I hope you all keep learning a little bit. I hope I share a little bit to help you to learn. Here's what I know. If I don't know it and you don't know it and we go after the answer, then we both learn it. Don't be stubborn like me and say, I'm never going to use a smartphone. Now this attaches to so much money, I don't want to even talk about it. So everything's just on my smartphone, So don't be that. Learn a little bit as we go. See, if I would have even just paid attention and learned about smartphones before I could afford to buy one, maybe I would have been ahead of the game. So we have the opportunity with our platforms to do that. And if you're not understanding what the message that I'm trying to portray to you tonight, then just get with me and we'll keep talking. But also just get onto the WhatsApp streams. Watch a few videos and ask questions. How did I learn about NFTs? Well, I watched a couple.
This is what makes it so messed up.
I watched a couple of videos. That's all I did. So YouTube is your friend. You're my friends. I love you all. Mark, let everybody unmute and say good night.
Good night, Thomas.
Have a great
Good
night.
night, Thomas. Thank you.
Night, Thomas.
Great
Thank
call.
you.
Bless
Good
you.
learning.
We'll
Good
see
night.
everybody at the Martian Buying Festival tomorrow at 2. Hey, by the way, get on
Good
there and
night.
check it out, even if you're not buying one yet. You see that? All right. God bless you guys.